Jiven here, welcome to another video. In today's video, I'll be going over some of the ways to best fight with the tack and the charge. And then I'll talk about some general tips to fight safely. Let's get it. First, we're going to talk about the tack. First thing to know about the tack is it's an amazing pressure item. When using the tack, you can push a wall by simply shooting the tack at it. When you're pushing a wall with the tack, make sure you're not just aiming at the wall, but also aim at the opponent on the other side of the wall. This causes the opponent to feel nervous to make an edit while you're pushing them, and if they do make an edit, you'll deal some damage. Second thing I'll talk about is a few phase tricks with the tack. As you may know, if you have a ramp behind you while pushing a wall, you can jump and pickaxe the wall to phase through it, even if they're holding the wall on the other side. Well, you can do this even more effectively with the tack. If you get a wall one-shot, you can phase through by shooting the wall with the tack, just like you would with a pickaxe. It's even more effective to use the tack to phase through because you'll be able to shoot faster once you get into the box if you have your tack out, rather than if you pickaxe the wall then pull your tack out. Also, let's say you're pushing the wall with your pickaxe. If they make an edit on you when you have your pickaxe out, you won't be able to shoot them. But if you have your tack out when you're trying to phase through, you can hit them if they make an edit. Now, the special thing about the tack is you don't even need a ramp behind you to phase through it. Not a lot of people know this, so you can catch people off guard. The way you do this is run at the wall full speed and shoot the tack at the wall as your body hits the wall. It's pretty much the same as when you have the wall behind you, you just have to be sprinting at the wall when you do it. You can also jump when you're doing this phase technique, just full sprint at the wall, jump, and then shoot the wall right as you hit it, and you'll phase right through. You may need to practice these phase techniques in creative before doing it consistently in game. But just know, you don't need low ping to do these tricks, you just need the timing down. So get in creative with a teammate, have one person hold the wall, and then you can try all these phase tricks. Another thing to note about tacks is that they obviously don't do the most damage. So two things. First, you need to be good at in-box tracking. The way you can practice this is by going into Aim Duels creative map. The code's going to be in the description. Just practice your tack shots in there. The more you practice in this map, the heavier your tack will hit. I practice in here for 15 minutes at the start of each day. Next thing to note is that when fighting an arena with a tack, you should try to get a hit with the tack before engaging in a 50-50. If you go into a 50-50 with a health advantage and hit your shots, you should win pretty much every time. Obviously, don't jump in their box if they're charging their shotgun because they might one-pump you, but yeah, try to deal some good damage, then push heavy with the tack. Now let's talk about the charge for a bit, then I'll go into some detail about general fighting tips for this season. So fighting with a charge is basically the same as fighting with a pump. However, obviously the charge shoots slower, but it does do more damage from a distance. The way I approach using the charge is the same as with a pump. I build like I'm in creative, super fast piece controlling, trying to get the opponent full box, and then I get cheeky angles on them. If I get my opponent boxed, I start setting up peek shots. If they're fully boxed with nowhere to go, I charge up my shotty to the fullest and take my time, trying to hit a heavy shot. Play behind your angles. Setting up right-hand peeks is the most important thing. When taking a shot with the charge, you must be safe behind your peeks to do so. You will also need to pay heavy attention to your ammo count. Make it a point to reload anytime you have a break in a fight, because the reload time is atrocious with the charge. Like I said, the charge delivers heavy damage from range, so holding angles from a distance can be really deadly. This is super useful in late game. If you know someone is about to edit out of a wall, hold that angle and get ready to shoot them when they come around the corner or something. Try to stay ahead of zone in late game and hold people that are on edge. You'll be able to get a good amount of frags with it. Lastly, as I mentioned in another video, you can charge your shotty while glitching with the 0-point stones and 0-point fish, so that can be really useful. So now let's talk about some things I've realized about fighting this season. First thing, let's talk about mentality. This may or may not apply to you, but I realized in my situation, in the first week of the new season, I was trying to fight much more passive and slow than usual. This was costing me big time and I didn't even realize it. I watched Crumbler play on Twitch, who is insane at the game by the way, and he was fighting just like he was last season. This made me realize that I needed to get out of my head and just fight fast-paced and focus on piece control. The way I suggest to fight is like this. Fight fast-paced and then slow down when you're taking your shots. So basically build super fast like you're in creative, then when you get an angle, take your time, set up a smart peek, and slow down your movement to aim. Fast-paced builds and edits into calculated shots. Another thing I want to talk about is how to push a wall. When pushing someone's wall, set yourself up so that their wall is on your right side. Block off any angles that they could potentially get a right-hand peek on you. Also block off tops so that they can't edit upwards and hit you from above. This is safe and smart keying. Put yourself in the best position possible when pushing someone who is boxed up. That way they can't deal damage to you. The only options they have is basically to run away or take a bad peek shot on you. If you die to someone who gets a right peek on you, try to take note of where you could have positioned yourself so that they couldn't have gotten that shot off on you. Now, if you get cracked in a fight and they have a major health advantage, try to either get somewhere where you can heal before getting back into the fight, tunnel away and stuff until you have a second or two to heal, or just disengage from the fight entirely. Engage in fights when you're healthy with a lot of mats. This season is about taking smart fights. If you have everything you need, take a fight, but if you're at a big disadvantage like low mats and health, try to loot up more if possible. Sometimes you have no choice but to fight, but if you have the choice, choose smart fights only. Hope this video helped you out. Drop video ideas in the comments. I do my best to go through as many comments as I can. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.